the way they're up so close and the logs are coming like this, really hard for the processor, and he keeps losing them over the bank, so they're going to get a few more turns and then I'll get out of here and go load the trucks. But I got to ask, because I mentioned that I just come back from Montana. I went over there and spent 5 years in Montana. The reason I went over there is because when I had the second surgery done on my left leg or left knee, and it wasn't helping out any, I got all Twitter faded and figured I'm too young to run equipment, but I'm too beat up to work the brush, so I'm just going to quit logging. Anyway, so I went over there to work in the oil field, and it was pretty cool. Good experience, made really good money. I worked on 2 different rigs. The first one was a super single. It was all hydraulic. It reached down, it grabbed the pipe, pull it up, and it only do one piece of pipe at a time, one 30-foot section. And the second one was a big one. It was a 90-footer. It'd do 3 30-foot sections. But anyway, so first day I'm on this rig, I guess it's a big thing to them guys is to have you go to the top and replace the American flag. You know, that's their break-in. And I mean, I top trees, so when he said, hey, I need you to go up there and replace that flag, and I said, where's the flag? He was kind of surprised, and so I didn't think I was going to do it, so up the ladder, and it's a ladder all the way. It's not like it was going to be all that freaking hard or scary or anything. Gee, there went the fucking top right in the motor. God damn it, Wyatt. Jesus Christ. A few steps up, and they're like, whoa, 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 you gotta put a harness on, da 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 da. So I put the harness on, went to the top. Well, they've got this thing that you clip to you, and as you go up, it's a line, and as you go up, it clicks itself up, and then if you like fall or something, it only pulls out like this much. It's got like a shock resistant to it, and it'll lock. And so I got clear to the top. I thought it was gonna be a fun ride, and so I jumped off thinking I could ride it down, and it wouldn't let me ride. It caught me, so I got in trouble for that. And worked with those guys for a few weeks. Okay, Wyatt, try picking it up. I think we got them all. It just wasn't my thing, you know. It wasn't that it wasn't too hard or anything. Just wasn't logging. Oh, no, there's one more. Slack it, Wyatt. Slack it, Wyatt. Jesus. Anyway, so, like I say, it was a good experience. Made really good freaking money. Really good money. Just wasn't my thing. But the second one I worked on, there's a guy stands up there, about 85 feet or so, and hooks I do believe it's called a Kelly drive, if I remember right, to the pipe. Comes running up, he reaches out and grabs it and slaps the hooks around or tongs, whatever they're called, around the pipe, and then then it starts going back down the hole. Anyways, I can tell right away because you got a harness on, and then you tie off to a rope, and you lean into that rope, and you grab your tongs and whatnot as you're coming up. Well, I could tell immediately the guy was scared because he wouldn't lean into his rope. So I said something to the tool pusher, which would be like the equivalent of ours Woods Boss. And I said, he's scared shitless. Well, how can you tell? So I told him what I thought. So they sent me up there to help him, thinking it was going to scare me to be 90 feet up in the air. Well, on those, I think it's just 4 guy lines, and they pound it in the ground just, for the wind and whatnot. well, there's a little trolley thing, so in case something happens, the rig catches on fire or whatever, you can jump on it and ride it out. But it's for safety, emergency. And I found out, I think my third day on that one, the hard way, that if you ride it out at quitting time just because you want to see how fun it is, that's grounds for immediate termination. So that was my stint on the second one. I didn't make it long on that. But the first one I worked on, I meet the crew in the morning, and these four, there were just four of us, so there was three other guys in the pickup, and all three of them are like 6'4", 6'6", 280, 300, 320. They are all big boys, big boys. And one of them had them great big goddamn goony goo goo earrings, and he was tattooed from his temples to his toes. Which I don't have anything against tattoos, because I'd love to get sleeves done. But I'm just kind of setting the picture for you. Got a baseball hat on, the bills flipped up, and they're listening to this grunge rock music. It's like an hour drive out to the rig, and he's doing 100 mile an hour the whole way. And I remember texting my wife and was like, if these guys wanted to sexually abuse me, they absolutely would be able to, because they were huge. It turned out to be really cool guys, really, really cool guys. It was a cool experience. It just wasn't logging, you know, and I think that probably somebody that has, you know, 25, 30 years experience in the oil field would probably feel the same way about coming to logging. So, you know, nothing against it. I made good money. It was hard work, real hard work. I don't think it was as hard as working the rigging, because it's flat ground with no brush. But it was hard work. And there was a lot of stand around and do nothing for $28 an hour too. Stay safe, get logs, come out.